I'm chasing you, I'm so in love, captivated, I just can't get enough. I'll spend my days running after you.
Hello there, beautiful lady. I'm Ruth Olide, and I want to welcome you to another lovely session of 10 minutes ladies time with Ruth. 10 minutes ladies time with Ruth. So today I'm going to be taking a very important topic, and it has to do with your marriage, your marital life, and that topic is trusting God to marry right. Trusting God to marry right. You know, many people feel that they have the capacity to marry right on their own. You know, when you ask them what is your idea of a good marriage, they begin to tell you, oh, the man has to be good, the woman has to be good, the woman has to have something doing, the man has to have something doing. You know, we have to have a car, we need to have a this, we need to have a that. You know, most people focus on the outward when they're talking about a good marriage. This is the reason why you have to trust God to marry right. Because the issue of marriage is not something to joke with. The issue of marriage is not beans and rice. It's something that will last you for the rest of your life. Once you enter it, you have entered it. There's no coming out. At least for a Christian, for a child of God, God does not support divorce. So you need to know that when you're marrying, you need to get it right once and for all. Why do you need to trust God? The reason why you need to trust God is because you cannot make a right decision on your own. You know, I've had many ladies, many young people. I know this topic is more speaking to young people, single ladies that, you know, have not gotten married and they are about to make a decision on, you know, on the marital journey. And you know, I've heard many of these young women and young ladies talk about what they want in a man. And they tell you, oh, he has to be tall, handsome, sexy, he has to have a job, he has to have something doing, he has to have a car, he has to have this, he has to have that, he has to be caring, loving, and all that. And let me shock you, you do not even have the ability and the capacity to choose the right man. Because all what you're thinking is on the outward. But God looks way beyond the outward. God looks inward. So God sees what you cannot see. So stop deceiving yourself that you think you know the person that is good enough for you. You don't know the person that is good enough for you. God in heaven knows you even better than you know yourself. And also he knows the best man that can complement you. You know, I heard some people, even spiritual ladies, they'll be like, oh, I have to marry a spiritual guy. What is your understanding of a spiritual guy? Do you even know a spiritual guy? Because you think that this person speaks in tongue, you can speak rev, you can interpret the Bible, you think that, oh, you must be a perfect husband. You'll be shocked that many spiritual brothers have deep problems inside of them, that if you enter into it, you are gone for life. In the name of spirituality, you can get it wrong. This is the reason why you need to trust God. What makes a marriage that lasts is not just the physical alone. What makes a marriage that lasts is not just fancy. It's not just that, oh, they're a cute couple. See how pretty she is. See how handsome he is. That's not what makes a marriage that lasts. What makes a marriage that lasts is not fancy wedding. It's not that, oh, you spent billions of money of naira or dollars on the wedding, or you spent billions in taking the best house in Ikoyi or the best house in Abuja. People are living in the best house. There's AC everywhere. Everything is set and everything. That is not criteria for a marriage that lasts. A marriage that lasts is not a social media marriage. It's not that, oh, pepper them. Let us pepper them marriage. That is not what makes a marriage that lasts. What makes a marriage that lasts is that God is involved. Is that God is the one that brought the lady to the man and said, this is your wife. Is that God is the one that told the lady and said, this is your husband. That's what makes a marriage that lasts. So you need to trust God to make the right decisions. You need to hear God for yourself. Don't let anybody help you make a decision on who to marry. Don't make a decision on who to marry based on I fell in love with him, we fell in love with each other. You might actually end up falling out of love, because marriage will open your eyes to see what love really is. When everything is crumbling, when there's nothing, can that love stand? When you have become old, when you are losing that your beauty, that your breast is beginning to sag. You know, when you're skinny before and sexy before, but now you're having pot belly because you've given birth to children, and now the belly is refusing to go back inside. Things happen that changes people in marriage. Crazy things happen that changes people in marriage. You cannot marry based on looks, because that your handsome bobo may end up being the handsome bobo to many ladies. Now the decision is that when he sees you later, 20 years to come, can he still say that this is my wife? Or will it be turned off by what you have become because of changes in your body and everything, and begin to run after other ladies? Those are the kind of questions you should ask yourself. So marriage goes beyond I love him, you love me. Marriage goes beyond that. Marriage is deep. It's a deep interaction of people that have been brought together by God. And God does not bring two people together for fun. He brings people together because he has a purpose and he has a will. So sometimes the person that you think is best enough for you may not be who God brings to you. Your idea of a good man may not be who God brings to you. Sometimes it may bring somebody absolutely abstract that you never even thought about it. You know, when I met my husband, it wasn't the idea of my perfect man. But when my husband came, it was spiritual, it was a good man, you know. But on the artwork, it didn't really look like somebody that I could marry. You understand? I felt like I deserve better. God, see me now, I deserve better. And this is the way many of us treat God. We treat God like he doesn't know what he's doing. So when he tells you this is your husband, you'll be like, God, why now? Why this person? You don't know if that person is the person that will give you rest of mind for the rest of your life. And that brother that you're running after, that you're thinking is the one that you want to die for, that person may be the one that will make your life miserable. This is the reason why you have to trust God. God knows the best. When making marital decisions, you need to stay with God. You need to stay in the place of prayer. You need to ask God, God, show me the man that you have prepared for me. Show me that man that will make me draw closer to you more. Show me that man that will make my life sweeter. Show me that man that will make my marriage awesome. Show me that man that will make my marriage heaven on earth. Show me that man that will not make my life a living hell. What you need is a man that God brings to you. What you need is a man that can make your life better. What you need is a man that is God sent, that will take away all your sorrows and that will help you draw closer and closer to God. Somebody that you can fulfill destiny with. Somebody that you can say, oh, this is my partner in following God. This is my partner in following Christ. It may not be all perfect now, but you don't know the future. You don't know where God is taking him. You don't even know, maybe he's the person that will end up turning your life around. So don't just look at the outward alone. When I got married, we didn't have anything. We didn't have anything. We had just 5,000 naira in our account. So we didn't even have money for house rent. You know, I envy people that when they get married, they already have everything settled for them. But it wasn't the case for me. All of us cannot be the same. Many people get married and they already have a car, they already have the best house, you know, in Nigeria. You know, they have everything, TVs, pizza, everything is just shiny, shoo. You know, I envy such people, but it wasn't that case for me. So my marriage was more like a journey of faith. Trusting God day by day. That was what my marriage basically was, and it still is, even till now. In trusting God, we had gone through hunger, gone through tests, gone through trials, gone through temptation, gone through so many things in trusting God, and still came out strong. A good marriage is a marriage that can withstand the test of time. 20 years, 30 years, 50 years to come, can that man still love you? Can that man still say, you are the only one that I love? You are the only one that my heart beats after? A good marriage is one that even though challenges come, even though temptation comes, you think there will not be temptations, or your man will still see many ladies that are finer than you, many ladies that have all the statistics that you don't have. You know, temptations will come, trials will come, you know, difficult times will come, but a good marriage is that can stand in the midst of it all. And only God can help you achieve that. Only God can help you achieve a happy marriage and a life that is worth living. So my dear lady, trust God this morning to marry right, because He knows it all. Yes, He basically knows it all. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. See you again next week for another episode of 10 Minutes Ladies Time with Ruth. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share with your friends. God bless you. Bye.